In this video, I will be discussing a major Bitcoin breakout that will be happening in the coming 30 days ahead of ourselves. And we are currently closing in very fast towards this apex, and I will be exactly discuss my price targets of this pattern. So don't miss out on today's update video because it will be extremely important to stay up to date about this price target. But more importantly, I will be discussing many other interesting charts what you could be looking at right now. And most importantly, currently we are forming a new pattern on Bitcoin, what can really tell us where the market is heading towards next from off this point onwards. So don't forget to slap up that like button because on the previous video we were about to smash it up to 500 likes. So can we do it on today's update video? So slap up that like button and let's jump straight away in towards the content. And let me start off with discussing Bitcoin on the imminent short term. And once looking at the imminent short term, first of all, yeah, we did knew Bitcoin was going to come down after seeing the descending triangle getting formed over here on the market. And after we broke the basically base price for Bitcoin, we started to fall down significantly. And after we fell down significantly, we are right now starting to be forming a new pattern. And once again, this is a bearish bias continuation pattern because currently we can once again see Bitcoin is getting rejected by this downward sloping resistance line, line on the market. You can clearly see we already got rejected over 3 times from this level, and this is also currently the resistance to be breaking. And for me to be once again neutral slash bullish for Bitcoin on the imminent short term, I first of all want to be seeing a trend with higher highs and not once again every single time with lower highs, because currently we can clearly see we are still in a bearish trend because Bitcoin keeps on just printing these lower highs and lower lows on the market. And especially if we do break back above the green box of support, that is going to be the signal for me. Okay, right now I personally do think Bitcoin is probably going to see some more upside and it could be visiting some higher levels. Of course, the support to be watching is the upper sloping support line, and this will once again play out to be once again an amazing consolidation pattern that you could be trading on the potential breakout. Furthermore, I can really start talking about Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. Of course, we do know 4-hourly time frame we reached our price target of the rising wedge, and I have been literally bearish on Bitcoin since $25,000, and so far, yeah, that has been an amazing play here. And of course, I've been warning you guys in this range right here as well that we were most likely still going to be visiting that $19,000, and after we currently did clearly do so, we can make up our new opinion. And currently, I mean, still, if I'm looking at the imminent short-term 1-hour time frame, the market is just not looking all too strong, and due to that, I will still have a little bit of a bearish bias right now in the market. I currently did close my shorting positions like I told you in yesterday's update video on that 18,000 US dollars. However, my algo has been starting to be scaling into new shorting positions over here around that 19.3k. So let's see how that is going to be playing out here, but I will be definitely talk about that a little bit more later in today's update video. Then also talking about the price target of the bear flag we created on the market. We can also currently see we have reached the price target of the bear flag, and due to that, that could also give us a signal that Bitcoin potentially is not going to come much further down from this point. However, I do still think we can visit that 18.5k once again, and I don't necessarily think we should be and could be going much lower than that. Of course, I still think there is a potential scenario where Bitcoin is going to do a liquidity grab, because yes, like you can see here, we saw some very big wicks on the lower side, and to be very honest, the worst case scenario, in my opinion, right now is Bitcoin falling down to 17.5k here. And I do still think it is likely to be playing out. I'm not going to be saying it's not going to be happening. I think it's honestly a very likely scenario to be happening. Why? Is because there's a lot of liquidity on the market, and a liquidity grab around 17.5k wouldn't be too surprising for me, to be very honest. Also, once we can clearly see right now, there's absolutely a lack of buyers in this market. We're seeing a very weak bounce from Bitcoin, and we're already starting to be forming that lower high on the market once again right here. And like I told you, if we break above the resistance and this green box right here, then we can start to be flipping bullish. But as long as we're not seeing these signals getting flashed on the market, we should have the bias of where the trend is heading towards. And currently, like you can spot clearly in the market, the trend is forming lower highs every single time together with lower lows. Furthermore, we can see on the 12-hour time frame that we did broke this very important support line. And like we did had from the past, every single time we broke these important levels, we tend to fall very hard towards the downside. And I mean, this is honestly an important level we've lost. I mean, this has been a trend we've been holding up for over 80 days. And 80 days of consolidation, and then you're just seeing so much weakness, no buying at all going on this level, and then you break down of it. So yeah, this is of course an absolutely terrible breakdown, what we can currently clearly see over here in the market. So yeah, let's see what is going to be happening next here, but this is of course also showing weakness after breaking such an important level of support. On the daily time frame, however, we can also start to see that we officially confirmed a lower low on the daily candle. This is also not necessarily ideal in my opinion, and yeah, let's see how it's further on going to be playing out here. We can still clearly spot right now a clear downside resist line from the top side, but so far Bitcoin forming a lower low on the daily time frame is definitely not a thing you would like to see in the trend right now, what we can currently see here. So currently also I've been opening a small little shorting position here on the market. Like you can see, it's a very small position. However, this is of course what my algo is currently doing for me. If you are also interested in trading on Bybit, because yeah, definitely in the market right now, the way how you make money in this market is by trading, not necessarily investing in altcoins anymore. So if you want to learn how to trade, don't forget to check out Bybit here in the link description. And of course, don't forget to check out the video that's currently popping up above. But yeah, at Bybit, you can trade cryptocurrencies and you could be making a significant amount of profit from it. And if you do deposit $1,000, you will get a free $1,000 position, either long or short, whatever you would like to do here. And how you can claim that is, first of all, you have to sign up a new account through the link in the description, and then you go to Rewards Hub, and there you can claim your free long or short position, whatever you want to be doing and wherever you feel comfortable with here. So don't forget to check that out. It's definitely very much worth it to check out right now. But then let me also start talking about the Bitcoin dominance, because to be very honest, what is going on here with the Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance has been so weak, and so many people have been predicting and have been forecasting, okay, the Bitcoin dominance in the bear market is going to come back up to 60 or 70% even, and currently it's trading on 39% here. It's trading at an all-time low, not all-time low, but a low we have not seen since an approximately 5 or 6 years here. So yeah, this is definitely very interesting to see. We are currently clearly trading on a support box. So buying altcoins right here is, in my opinion, not a smart choice. And also, if we're going to look at the altcoin season index, we can currently see it is altcoin season. It's 96 on the index. And usually, if you're going to be looking back at the history of the altcoin season index, it is a bad time to be buying altcoins if we are in altcoin season, and it's a good time to be buying altcoins if we're in Bitcoin season, what means that we're at the lower side. But currently, I would highly recommend to stay very careful with altcoins. Altcoins could be, of course, also lose a lot of valuation as soon as Bitcoin maybe tends to drop here below $18,000. Altcoins could even fall more significantly towards the downside. So be very much aware about that. It is definitely a very dangerous period in the market currently to be investing into altcoins. And yeah, really, once looking at this different chart, the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin pair, we can also see, yeah, Ethereum is absolutely skyrocketing against Bitcoin. However, right now is the time you should maybe be a little bit more patient, because right now, okay, we can clearly see this is the level of major resistance. We are currently running in towards a critical resistance range for Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. So maybe you should be a little bit more careful with your Ethereum position. And yes, we could be also start to be forming somewhat of an head and shoulders pattern right here with an upper sloping support line with a small little fake out on the lower side, right? So yeah, I definitely am still very skeptical about the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin pair. I do think that on the merge day, Ethereum is going to be dropping hard here. However, I do think it's a good update that they're bringing out, but the whole anticipation for the merge is getting anticipated on the future market, what means that as soon as they close their trades, the market will drop most likely significantly. But let's right now talk once again about Bitcoin. And once I'm looking at Bitcoin on the 3-day time frame, I am starting to see something crazy. And guys, I am right now going to talk a little bit about more bullish things here, because I am going to be starting to zoom out a little bit here. So on the 3-day time frame on Bitcoin, we can currently see daily time frame on the 3-day time frame is forming a lower low, while the RSI is forming a significant higher low. We are forming a crazy bullish divergence. This is, of course, a bullish divergence that can absolutely send Bitcoin towards the upside. So be very much aware this is currently playing out. And I mean, still, in the bigger picture, I don't think it's a bad range for accumulation. This is the time where you should be buying and not the time where you should be selling. This is the time where you should pay your attention. And I do still think if you're going to be able to hold your coins at least for 1 to 2 years, you're going to be extremely profitable. So yeah, currently we can see on the 3-day time frame, Bitcoin is creating a bullish divergence. Then on top of that, if we're going to look at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, we can currently see we're forming a gigantic falling wedge here on the weekly time frame. And of course, if you don't know already, a falling wedge is a typical bullish bias reversal pattern, and the price target of the falling wedge is going to be all the way on the top side of the wedge, was what is in this case around 65,000 US dollars. And currently, if we're going to be zooming in to see when we're going to get this breakout, in the approximately 35 days ahead of ourselves, we are expecting that we're going to be seeing a breakout, because then we're literally reaching the apex of this trend right here. And I can guarantee you, we are about to be seeing a massive market move for Bitcoin in the coming 35 to 42 days ahead of ourselves. I don't necessarily expect that we're going to see straight away a gigantic pump outside of this falling wedge. However, it is going to be giving us a signal. The market has to be choosing a direction on higher time frames as well. Either if we're going to be breaking below the critical support of approximately $16,000, or either if we do break above the downward sloping resistance line that has been providing us resistance for already over 300 days in a row. So yeah, this is going to be extremely important to be looking at, and this will be also generate a massive market move. Then also the last thing I would like to say here is that currently Bitcoin is trading on key support. On the weekly time frame, we can see that we're retesting the all-time high, and realistically speaking, once again, Bitcoin is finding some very strong support around this level, like you can see right here, right? So once again, Bitcoin bouncing from the previous all-time high. And what I also want to be pointing out right now here is that as soon as Bitcoin potentially breaks below this weekly or previous all-time high, I am expecting that we're heading towards this level, and this is the next major support, and this is the monthly time frame for Bitcoin. And if we're really going to be looking, where is the monthly support for Bitcoin? It's all the way down on 13.7k, and we've not touched it yet. This one so far. Like you can see, we got rejected right here, and this was also the highest monthly candle close ever. And as soon as we did broke above it, that is the point where the big bull run did started for Bitcoin. So in case we do lose the weekly support for Bitcoin, I'm going to be really anticipate that the 14,000 US dollars could be happening. However, as long as we're not going to see that, it's going to be quite all right here. And of course, if we do break below this downward sloping support line, yeah, then definitely we could be visiting those levels. But yeah, this was definitely a little bit of a longer update video on today's channel. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you do enjoy the content that we are bringing out every single day on the channel, consider subscribing, and of course, don't forget to slap up that like button on today's video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.